What's up? How's everybody doing? I am Scott Jelinek with the Master Investor Academy, and I wanted to share with you today a tip on dealing with unscrupulous people in court when they're not afraid to lie under oath. So let me give you a little backstory. I'm not going to get into the whole case with it, but I had a person suing me from a house that I purchased. After I purchased it, the person moved out, and I've never had any business dealings with them. They've never given me a dollar. Well, about a month after they moved out, they started suing me for the security deposit. It was a $900 lawsuit. They're suing me for the security deposit, even though they never gave it to me and they never paid me any rent. They stayed there for a month and never paid. Nevertheless, you still got to go to court. You still got to deal with it. Well, at the preliminary case, when we went to court, we were talking and going through the case, and I realized that they're just lying to the judge. They're blatantly not afraid to lie under oath, and you will come across that. Sometimes you feel like, well, I just say the truth and they say the truth. The judge is going to, see what the real situation is. But every now and then you deal with someone who's not afraid to lie under oath. And if they aren't afraid to lie under oath, they could very well win, just based on saying they could say, well, he said, or I did this, and these people were taking it even further, and they were making up receipts. Long story I'm not going to get into, but the person I bought the house from was actually deceased. I bought it from an estate, so they were making up receipts and saying that they prepaid in advance to the person before they died, and there's no one to prove otherwise because the person's dead. Long story short, they told us one thing on the phone one time, that they paid all the money to the city for taxes. Then once I owned it, I was able to pull up the taxes so no money was paid. Then they started changing their story. Well, the tip I was going to give you with we went back to court. We just went back to court and I won, but we're not going to get into the whole case, but I'm going to tell you the tip that changed everything around was when I was getting in my car, getting ready to go to court, I started thinking about it, and I was like, damn, I hate dealing with lying people because you don't know what's going to come out of their mouth. They can make anything they want up, and there's no way for anyone to prove what's real or not. And then I had an idea, and I said, I'm going to try this. So I went upstairs in my closet, went rummaging around, and I found an old cassette tape. Now, we don't use cassette tapes anymore. I don't even have a cassette tape player anymore to even listen to them, but this was an old blank TDK cassette tape from forever ago. It's an old Metallica tape actually on it. Well, what I did was I brought it in with me to the court, and I just made sure they saw it the whole time. And even when I was talking to him, I would say stuff. I was like, well, your husband said, and I'm holding it in my hand. There's nothing on the tape. Well, there's Metallica on it. There's nothing, but I just kept, I was implying, I wasn't lying. I was making it like I said, well, your husband said, and when I told her that the previous time, she says, that's not what he said. And she argued and argued and argued and made up her own version of the truth. But when I held this in my hand, she conceded and was like, she didn't want to lie she didn't want to lie knowing I may have a tape to prove she's lying. So it changed everything. So all the stuff that she did in the preliminary case, the lies, she did not say during this case because I kept talking with the tape in my hand. There's nothing on the tape. And if it was to be asked of me, I thought about this in advance because I'm not going to lie under oath. So if it was to be asked of me, excuse me, what's on the tape? I was just going to say, oh, nothing. I was getting out of my car. It was in my hand and I didn't feel like going it back. So I was just holding it so I didn't forget it. That's it. I didn't say anything was on it. I just had it in my hand the entire time as I was talking. So anyway, it works. It worked for me anyway this one time. And so I wanted to share with you, if in case you are coming up in a court case where you're dealing with somebody who is unscrupulous and who is not afraid to lie under oath, something as simple as taking a cassette tape with you, or in different circumstances, I can see myself even bringing a VHS tape with me and just holding it on my folder, just to make them think, well, I don't know what's on that. So it makes them more scared to lie under oath, not knowing if the truth is on there, and it's going to bust them for the lying. It's all I wanted to share with you guys today because it just happened and I thought it was a great story and I wanted to share it. Thank you for watching these videos. Go ahead, subscribe, like this video, subscribe to this channel, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Have a fantastic day.